So what is the difference between API first, code first, and design first APIs? We hear those terms often from our prospects and customers, and they often interchangeably use API first and design first. However, if you look at the details, those terms mean different things. So first of all, code first, what does that mean? They're very developer focused and you get fast delivery. Why? Because developers just develop the API, and the API is kind of a result of just having the code that exposes the API. Then we've got API first approach. API first is how organizations decide to deliver their APIs. So those APIs actually become products that they sell. They're critical business assets that they expose to their partners and clients, and they're first-class citizens. So the API spec lives on its own without the code, not like with code first approach, where it's very tightly connected to the code. And then you've got design first APIs, which are APIs that are being defined first before they're actually coded. So an example of that would be where there's a few teams that need to work in parallel. So they first design the API like a Swagger spec or a protobuf file, for example, for the data formats and the gRPC names of methods. Depending on the protocol, you'll be using different approaches to this, different specification files for the APIs. This allows the teams to go and work in parallel because they've designed the API first, and then they can go in parallel and actually code those APIs. And then there's APIs that are both API first and design first. So the APIs are products, critical business assets, and first-class citizens, and they are actually designed first before the code's written. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Those are the three terms you'll see people use, and they're quite different, especially API first and design first. Don't confuse them. And if you get any questions, feel free to reach out to us, and more than happy to help you with your APIs.